evening. Welcome to Bizworld. Malaysia will not implement a total lockdown on the economy, even if the worst-case scenario comes true. Finance Minister Datuk Seri Tengku Zafrul Abdul Aziz said should the number of COVID-19 cases remain high in the country, the government will continue to focus on enforcing more stringent standard operating procedures, SOPs. In an interview with CNBC today, the Finance Minister said based on the current model, the government believes that the number of cases will go down. Assuming the worst-case scenario comes true, according to him, it will not be a total lockdown on the economy, but the government will continue to focus on more stringent SOP. Datuk Seri Tengku Zafrul was responding to a question on whether the government would shut down certain sectors or which sectors would be the priority for closure if the current movement control order has to be extended or the COVID-19 vaccine rollout is not as smooth as anticipated. He stressed that if the number of cases continues to rise, core issues such as adherence to and enforcement of SOPs should be addressed. Datuk Seri Tengku Zafrul also expressed confidence that the COVID-19 national vaccination program, anticipated to be completed by the first quarter of 2022, will further drive Malaysia's economic recovery. Malaysia's total trade in 2020 amounted to 1.8 trillion ringgit, down 3.6% year-on-year, while trade surplus widened by 26.9%, making it the largest trade surplus ever recorded thus far. The Department of Statistics said in tandem with softer global demand and unfavorable external economic conditions due to the COVID-19 pandemic, total exports in 2020 contracted by 1.4% from the preceding year, while imports declined by 6.3%. December 2020 recorded the highest monthly export value of 95.7 billion ringgit, up by 10.8% from the same month in 2019, outpacing import growth for 8 consecutive months. However, after 9 consecutive months of decline, imports rebounded to post a growth of 1.6% to 75 billion ringgit. Malaysia's export expansion was supported mainly by higher export to Singapore, China, the United States and India. The main products which contributed to the increase in exports were electrical and electronics products, rubber products and palm oil. Malaysia's total industry volume, TIV, is projected to grow 10% year-on-year to 580,000 on the back of the higher sales volume forecast at Proton and Produa, driven by new model launches such as Proton X50 and Produa's new compact sport utility vehicle D55L. Proton is expected to notch higher sales of 20%, while Produa is projected to achieve 13% growth in sales this year. In a note today, CGS-CIMB said TIV in December 2020 rose 19.5% month-on-month to 68,836 units, as consumers brought forward their purchases in anticipation of the expiry in sales tax incentive. The firm expects the automotive sector to report a strong set of fourth quarter 2020 results in February 2021, following the strong sales delivery in Q4 2020. The sector also remains on track for earnings recovery in 2021 with a projected 60% sector net profit growth. The International Air Transport Association, IATA, has called on governments to partner with the air transport industry to devise plans to safely relink people, business and economies when the COVID-19 medical situation permits. IATA Chief Executive Officer Alexandre de Juniac said in a statement that the light at the end of the tunnel could be seen following the rollout of vaccination programs. But turning the vision into a safe and orderly restart would require careful planning and coordination by governments and industry. Even as the crisis deepens, the CEO stressed that it is important to prepare the way for a resumption of flights when the epidemiological situation permits. He added understanding government policy benchmarks and agreeing the global standards needed to support a return to normality in travel. This will ensure that air transport is well prepared and does not become a meaningful vector for reimportation.
Tonight at 8, Malaysia will not implement total lockdown on the economy and focus on more stringent SOPs. New COVID-19 vaccine Novavax shows 89% efficacy in UK trials. Also on the foreign front, special UK visa for Hong Kong residents from Sunday. Catch these stories and more on your main Primetime English News Bulletin, 7th edition.
And that wraps up Bizworld this time around. I'm Liyana Hassanel. Thank you for investing your time with us and keep tuning in to TV Tiga.